El glu es lo que os voy a hacer. Os voy a ahogar a los dos en glu. Ay. Hola. Saludos. Good evening. Good time zone en general. Good time zone in general. For everyone out there. It is Spooky Month. Pero bueno. A ver, no sé. Pocos lo merecéis, la verdad. En buen glu no le viene mal a nadie. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estáis? Hello, Label. Hello, Blue Parrot. How are you doing? I am very sleepy. But I am okay. Sí, a ver, tengo la musiquilla esta de fondo que técnicamente es Lofi para fantasmas, se llama. No sé, me parece muy relajante para ser usualmente es Lofi para fantasmas, pero bueno. Ay, ¿y qué tal? ¿Cómo estamos? Antes te he visto que estabas en directo, Label, pero no he podido entrar, lo siento. Discúlpame. Pero claro, es que estabas jugando al LOL y pues... No, pues el LOL, tal, no sé qué. No, mejor no. No, pero te he visto y no he podido entrar, lo siento. Ay, a ver. Igual me pongo a hacer regalos para Friends. Por mí, no. A mí ni siquiera tengo... Aquí, a mí no me hagas nada. O deberes. A ver cuál toca. No, nada, Relive, no pasa nada, no te preocupes. Ninguna de las dos, exacto. Te vas a quedar aquí y vas a ver cómo los gayses attorneys discuten en el juicio. Ay, me queda buena noche. Con las fiestas que no puedo. Antes había niños cantando rap en mi patio y ha sido horrible. Pero bueno. Gays attorneys, sí, pero tal cual. No, de eso, así se llama el juego. The Gay Ace Attorney. Lo pone ahí. Está en el título. Sí, mejor no hablemos de ellas. Mejor no hablemos de ellas. Pero bueno, estamos hoy aquí. Tengo mi agüita fresca. Aquí. Y vamos a hacer la ley. ¿Qué queréis, Saturnio? Dios mío, es verdad. Pero tal cual. Bueno, pues. Ahora sí me convierto en modo inglés. Hello, I have become English. Soy tontísimo, disculpadme. I'm very dumb. I will jump into the game right now. Hold up. Speak. Libel. Okay, I'm going to speak Spanish again for like 5 minutes. Hola, ¿qué tal? No es como si ya habíamos estado 5 minutos hablando inglés. Digo español. Ay, ya sé que me lío. I'm suddenly overcome by the need to steal. ¡No! No, Blue Parrot. A ver, sí, tienes razón, pero a la vez. Uf, ¿qué me ha pasado? Ha sido raro. Qué raro ha sido eso, sí. Vamos a saltar el jueguito. Hazme un momento. Es que la playlist esta tiene los típicos nombres de Lofi super. Que son frases enteras, que no es un título. Es increíble, me encanta. A ver. Segundo, se apagó eso. Espero que se escuche bien. Ya me diréis si se escucha bajo o lo que sea. A ver, antes de empezar, ¿me podéis decir cómo se escucha la música? Yo la tengo un poco baja por mi lado, así que dadme un segundo. Mejor. Voy a subirlo un poco. ¿Está bajita? Vale, ya está. Vale, la he subido un poco. Ahora poquísimo estamos. Let's fucking ir. Igual un poco alta. Mira, Blue Parrot. Te voy a pegar. Hostia, es verdad, estamos con estos. El pavo por fin se ha despertado. Vale. Ok. ¿Qué habíamos dicho la última vez? ¿Qué era? No recuerdo ni qué estábamos diciendo la última vez. Que baja la música, ¿no? Oye, mira. Yo ya no sé si está bien, ya no sé si está mal. Voy a seguir para adelante. No oyes nada. En el OBS me sale que se está escuchando. Libel, ¿me puedes confirmar si se escucha, por favor? Que no me fío del Blue Parrot. Por favor, alguien puede decirme algo. La música del juego se escucha. Está muy alta, Zark. Bájala, me están sacando el oídos, por favor. Blue Parrot, yo ya no sé si estás haciendo el coño de verdad, por favor. Necesito confirmación real. Según yo, no. Está bien. A ver, Blue Parrot, también puedes bajar el volumen de tu casco. Dame modpad. No. Blue Parrot puede hacer eso. Se ha ganado hacerme esos chistes. Yo creo. Quizás es esto, tío. Ay, a ver. Lo he modificado como 2 decibelios hacia abajo. Te oigo. Vale, ok, te oigo. No, sí que te has ganado, cosas, Yo no me he ganado nada, dice el pobrecito. Ay, vamos a... Sois muy duros de lidiar con. Bueno, ya volvemos al inglés. Ok. Ya no recuerdo ni qué voz le ponía a este hombre. This case has nothing to do with... I don't remember this voice. What was this voice? This case was nothing to do with Mr. and Miss Garrett. Believe me, a London Bob is good for his word. You see, sir, the windows on the top floor of the Garrett house are top hinge casements. Obviously, if anything had been thrown out of the window, we would have seen it. Oh yeah, we threw, yeah, the Gary Devs threw a burning book through the window. Yeah, that was our goal here. I did leave the scene to go and fetch help, but my trusty Rolly was there to make sure nothing was disturbed. I didn't take my eye off the crime scene for one moment, sir. Nothing strange to report on that front, sir. They are like literally kids. Well, this is quite startling. Top hints casement. Casement? Is that how it... Casement windows, yes. That's how you say it. No sé escribir. Sí, no comienza, la verdad. Oh, Dios mío, este señor es muy gay. That detail was not in the police report, constable. ¡Oh! Los deditos. Oh. Yes, sorry about that, sir. I must have been a little rosy. Ooh. He is woo. He is doing the woo fingers. You cannot excuse your sins with drowsiness every time, constable. No, sir! I don't know what voice this is. Sorry, but... What exactly is a top hints casement window? And you... You cannot excuse your ignorance with such trite remarks, my learned friend. ¿Tienes problemas ahora? ¿Qué dices? Saludos, Citrix Gaming. No sé quién eres. No sé qué quieres decir, pero estoy aquí. Hola. Estoy jugando en inglés el stream en general, entonces no sé si me vas a entender. Of course, sorry. I found it, Mr. Naruhodo. Cast your mind back to the window in Mr. and Mrs. Karidev's room. Alright, I'll try. Something's wrong with your keyboard. Yeah, it is looking a bit sus. I almost choked trying to read that sentence. Blue Parrot, that was like great. Thank you so much. No, the window opens in order to allow air to circulate inside the house. But as it's a top hinge casement window, rings open along the upper edge, you see. Thanks for appreciating the shitpost. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad you've rectified your ignorance. The casement window's most prominent feature. Might tweet it. Nice. Is its stay. A metal bar which prevents the window from being opened beyond a certain amount. I mean, the police is in trouble. Well, I guess the police is in trouble. I mean, o sea, tú puedes hablar en español. Me da exactamente igual. Yo voy a hablar en español, en inglés, en lo que haga falta. Pero bienvenido al directo. O bienvenida al directo, no lo sé. Ah, podría ser cualquier cosa. Yo no lo sé, no te conozco. Ay, pero bueno, vamos a seguir jugando de momento. It prevents it opening? This is all news to me. Absolutely correct, sir. In other words, if a book of knife were to have been thrown out through the open window, it would have clattered against the pane and fallen straight down to the pavement below. I mean, there is like an arc. There is an angle where it could have been thrown. Maybe, I don't know. No. You see the problem then. Good. Your education in Windows is complete. There was never any possibility of either the book or the knife traveling 15 yards over the road. I mean, then that means someone must have moved it, I guess. It ended up down and someone just placed it there for some reason. That is, unless the window pane had been shattered. Something we discounted already. We have discounted already. That can't be! Ryunosuke, it's just a window, calm down. Did you see that, Rolly? That... Oh, no, I need to take some air, hold up. That young Japanese man just collapsed in agony. Oh yes, my darling, I saw it. I saw how he crumbled before me. Oh, Rolly, you're so strong. I love them. I want them to be happy. They are okay. How is this happening? I haven't even started the cross-examination yet, and already my argument's been destroyed.
Counsel, if you could drag yourself upright again, the court awaits your cross-examination.
Ugh. My lord. Oh, good. Another desperate situation. Isn't this like the whole vibe in all Ace Attorney games? It's always the most desperate situation in that moment. It's always the worst type of thing that could ever happen. Cross-examination. Constable Beats report. Okay. It has nothing to do...
Hold it!
How can you say that for certain? A very good question, sir. The answer is this. It has the noble founding principles of the force written on it as a reminder to all us policemen of our sworn duty. He showed us that before, didn't he? Did he? I can't say I remember. Patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. It's what the job's all about. And that is why I can stand here today beside my long-suffering wife and tell you Bob is good for his word. While Roy might tired outside admittedly. No. Oh, Rolly, you're so manly. Of course I am, my darling Patricia. Oh, but... Oh, Rolly. Okay, this is going from sweet to bittersweet to very, very sweet. Too much sweet for me. No, none of this is what I meant. That's a good one. I mean, how can you say for certain that this case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Garrett? Ah, I see, sir. You should have said so earlier, sir. Yes, well... So, could you answer the question? That was a waste of time then. Absolutely, sir. I will answer it to the fullest of my abilities, sir. There is a surprising reason why Mr. and Mrs. Garrett Smith's domestic dispute can't be related to this case. But before I get into that, sir, just one thing. Yes? I'd very much like you and all your countrymen to understand that the great British institution of Scotland Yard. So I hope you will take back some tales of us London bobbies and how we uphold our guiding principles. I wasn't planning on going back just yet. Only just arrived here. But to that end, sir, I'd be happy to lend you my warrant card for your perusal. But I must warn you, you won't be able to get through it without shedding a few tears. Thank you, I'll try. Constable Beats' warrant card has been entered into the court record. A small folding wallet that identifies London bobbies and contains the rules of conduct to which they must adhere. Let's see. Where is this thing here? Item 1. A policeman will strive to preserve the peace within his allotted beat. Item 2. A patrolling officer is expected to walk 20 miles around his beat every day for the furtherance of community relations. Metropolitan Police Regulations. Item 1. Any crimes fall under the jurisdiction of the beat in which they are discovered. Item 2. When a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigations and help detectives. Okay, so I'm guessing that we're going to have to present this in some way or another. On the top floor.
Hold it!
By which you mean they don't open fully. Is that correct? Yes, sir. They're just there to allow a bit of air to the house, you see. So they're restricted as to how much they open. And therefore, anything thrown out of the window from inside the room would simply strike the pane and fall to the street directly below. For clarity, allow me to mark them up. Here is the location where objects would have fallen.
Yes, directly opposite to the scene of the crime. on the other side of the rather wide road.
Would it have been so hard for somebody to mention this top hinge casement thing before? Well, I have another question for you, Constable. What would that be, sir? How do you even know? How do you know? In general, like anything at all. Why would you have any idea what sort of windows Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb's house is furnished with? Ah, well, sir, that's very simple. You see, I helped with investigation yesterday.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to add, Miss Beat? Sorry? You look, well, delighted. There's some particular reason for that. Oh, I was just remembering, that's all. We really were. So lucky. Lucky? What do you mean? Well, of course I feel terrible for the poor woman who was attacked. Don't misunderstand me, please. We were just so lucky it didn't happen on Rolly Speed. It was so close, you see. Oh, I hadn't realized. Oh yes, that's Street Briar Road. That's the boundary between Rolly Speed and the next one. Isn't that right, my love? Oh, he's gone back to sleep already. Constable Beat.
Yes, that's right, sir.
That's the reason I was helping out with interviewing the occupants of the Harriet household yesterday. Their house is on my beat, you see, so... that really was cutting it close then. Constable, I wonder if you could clarify something. If the Harriet household is on your beat, does that mean that the pavement next to it is as well?
Also, Mr. Garrideb's house.
I keep forgetting what voice I give him. Like, I cannot keep a constant voice for this guy. Outside of Mr. Garrideb's house? Yes, ma'am. The pavement on that side of the road is part of my beat. I see. I was unaware of that. Just think, if the woman had been attacked just on the other side of Briar Road, we would never have been able to go for that meal to celebrate our wedding anniversary. Wait. Did they move the body on purpose so that they would be able to go on their anniversary? Is that what we're going for here? Hold up, this... I need to drink some water. They really said, oh, we're going to move a body so we can have a nice dinner together. Good for them. But that's the life of a bobby, after all.
Extraordinary people are bobbies, tirelessly working for the benefit of all Londoners.
You know what I think? I think it was the good Lord's way of rewarding my Rolly for all his hard work. I cannot speak. Don't you think so, my darling? That must be it, Pat, my love. That must be it. I don't have a constant voice. I think perhaps we should make sure we have that information officially on record. Leave it to me, Mr. Naruhodo. I'll take care of it immediately. The case file's information has been updated in the court record. Now it's my turn, I think. East side. Reporting officer Rolly Beat. If the reporting officer was Rolly, doesn't that mean that the lady was stabbed in the other side? Obviously, if anything happens through the window... Okay, vale.
Hold it!
Press. But according to my notes here, the sun had gone down already and it was dark.
Oh, but Rolly and I were strolling along, gazing at the night sky and looking for our lucky star.
Sorry?
The star that will guide us to eternal happiness.
Can't it guide you to answer the question? If a flaming bolt had cut across the sky in front of us, it would have lit up like a shooting star, sir.
And if I had seen a shooting star, I would have made a wish upon it. Let Rolly be an inspector, I would have said. 3 times at least.
Ooh, los deditos, the fingers. Of course, what with the smoke and everything, we couldn't really see any stars. In short, are you trying to say that neither a book nor a knife crossed the sky before you? Yes, sir. That is correct, sir. As sure as the night sky in London is starless, sir. It certainly seems like they're telling the truth.
And then we saw the poor woman fall to the ground, so we ran straight over to help her. I did leave the scene.
Okay.
Hold it!
I think they might have moved the body. Yes, you said that you went to a nearby police box to fetch another officer, is that right?
That's right, yes. If it had been on Rolly's beat, I would have known exactly where I was going, of course.
Don't feel bad, my lord. You can't be expected to know the location of every police box on every beat.
But Rolly told me the way. Only I sort of got a little lost in the way.
Patricia, my darling, that's why I love you. Your terrible sense of direction is bewitching to me. Oh, but...
Oh, Rolly.
Oh, please.
No, I suppose I was gone for about 15 minutes. And like I said, my Rolly was at the scene the whole time, making sure nothing was disturbed.
I was off duty at the time, but of course, but a true Bobby is never really off duty, sir. Okay, I need to go get something real quick, but I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Let's see. The true Bobby is never really off duty.
Hold it!
Nothing to report? That's correct, sir. I had my eyes wide open the entire time. Never looked away for a second. Hold up, I'm pouring myself some water. Doing all of these voices, it really hurts your throat. Especially on a stream. Oof, okay. No one else approached the scene and nothing was removed from it. I can sure do that on the yard's honor, sir. Really? That seems a little strange. Beg your pardon, sir. Strange, sir. Did you try putting lemon and honey on your water? Maybe, I don't know. I could try it, but I don't have lemon at the moment. Seems altogether regular to me, sir. This burnt copy of the Lion's Pride was originally in the Caritative household. But the question remains, how did it find its way into the hand of the victim? Can you shed any light on that, seeing as you were at the scene of the crime at the entire time? Like a warm tea without tea. Oh, could be a different copy, sir. One that just happened to be burnt as well. Even if that were possible, why would the victim have been gripping a book like that in her hand? As we can see from this photograph print, He had a bag over her shoulder. Where, Shaw? That book was in the lady's hand from the moment we were at the scene. Is that so? Something about this statement that's not sitting right with me. The mysteries of how that knife ended up in her bag and how that book ended up in her hand. Must be some common thread between them.
Can I ask you something? Please, Mr. Lawyer, sir.
Oh, yes, of course. What is it?
You're doubting us, aren't you? I can tell.
What? I wasn't really... I mean, what is she doing?
Please, just because I'm a woman,
No!
it doesn't make my testimony any less valuable. You might just see me as the wife of a policeman, but I'm a woman of my word, I am.
I really don't remember ever suggesting that I doubted you.
No excuses. I don't want to hear it. My voice will be heard.
Ma'am, please stop choking your husband to death. It looks really painful.
My lord, you will let me speak, won't you?
Un segundo.
Yes, Miss Smith. I will allow you to supplement your testimony if you so desire. Sometimes the path of least resistance is the safe one.
It was a very loud matter.
I heard that. That Japanese man thinks a policeman's wife's word counts for nothing, does he? Well, watch out, sir. I might let you get away with something like that, but my ruling won't.
Duly noted, Miss Beat. Please, I humbly ask you to continue.
What could she possibly be about to say, I wonder?
I know what I saw. My eyes never let me down. They never gonna give you... never gonna let you down. Do-do-do-do-do. My sense of direction is a little off sometimes though.
Hold it!
Miss Beat, nobody is questioning what you have told them.
I know it, I did. That evening I saw it clearly. That little Eastern man with the whiskers and the funny curved back. Slinking away from the scene. And I know what I didn't see as well. I didn't see any flaming boobs or knife flying through the sky.
All very clear. You also mentioned something about having a poor sense of direction?
Oh, yes, well, it's a little embarrassing, really. I'm always ending up at the wrong place when I've made arrangements to meet Rolly. He gets ever so cross.
Excuse me.
Constable Beat, is there a problem? Oh no, he's dead. Oh, wait, no, he's okay.
No, sir. No problem, sir.
Did your wife's remark just now bring something to mind, perhaps?
Oh, well, wait, sir. Yes, sir.
I was just remembered that the same thing happened that evening is all. I mean, Miss Beat lost her way? Don't lose your way. Doo-doo-doo. Please, Miss Beat, do not lose your way. Or they might copy strike me for singing the song, basically. On the night of the incident?
Well, you see, I sent her off to find a police box in the next beat over from mine. She was gone a fair bit longer than what I was expecting. I thought she'd be back inside 10 minutes.
Back inside?
But my darling was gone a good 15.
Oh, Rolly, you're such a tease. But the reason I was so long was because of the bouquet, silly.
The bouquet?
Sorry, what bouquet are you talking about?
Oh, it was a present present for our wedding anniversary. Rolly is so romantic. He saved up for with farthings and pennies.
Pennies? What is this word?
He found in the gutter while doing his rounds.
Yes, how romantic.
I had forgotten all about it until now. Thank you, my darling.
Oh, yes. But that was just between us. I'm not talking about it to anyone else, darling. You have to promise.
Really? Oh,
What's that all about? Well, Beat looked very obviously troubled during that exchange.
I'm afraid I can't offer any useful insight, Mr. Naruhodo. But I'm quite sure of one thing. We have to ask Miss Beat about the bouquet.
Miss Beat, this bouquet you just mentioned. I would like you to add details about it to your testimony, please.
Oh, really? Yes, I would love to.
And Six is just done with us. He's like, oh, not this fucking asshole doing more questions. He's so done. He just wants to go home. What happened was I dropped my bouquet and ended up losing my way for a while. Okay, what is a bouquet? Hold up, I need to Google this real quick. I'm very dumb, sorry, I cannot translate this word. Bouquet. Oh, it's the flower thing, okay. So she was carrying a bouquet at the time of the crime? That's weird. Un ramo de flores. Sí, me he dado cuenta después. Gracias. Ay, pero no se casaron hace un año, porque está mencionando esto ahora. Porque, o sea, me está diciendo que lleva el buquete a todos lados. Eso es lo que pasa aquí.
Hold it!
You mean you dropped the bouquet at the scene of the crime? The murder weapon is in the bouquet! Oh my god. Yeah, absolutely. That's...
Yes, that's right. Oh, I was so upset. Oh, ran over and saw it.
Look at him. Look at those eyes and tell me he's not the killer. Look at those eyes. Those sleepy eyes that are ready to kill anything that it sees.
No one ran over and saw it was a woman with a knife in her back. I was so shocked I dropped the bouquet Rolly gave me. It was in a dark spot where the streetlights weren't casting any light, so I didn't notice at first.
And then you went to the police box to report it to the policeman whose beat it was on. Decía como mi madre.
Yes, and I came back to the scene together with the other constable, you see. That's when I spotted my bouquet again. And the funny thing was, when I went to pick it up, it was nowhere near the victim's body at all.
In case you need reminding, Miss Beat, the victim is not deceased.
I was all flustered for a moment before I heard the voice screaming me from the other side of the road.
Your husband, presumably. I think it was her and she's keeping her husband high as fuck because his Kimban would accidentally incriminate them. Look, I am 99% sure the guy said, oh fuck, they are going to make me work extra hours for this shit and move the body on purpose to the other side of the road. I am 99% sure that's what is going to go, what is happening here.
That's right. Silly me, I had gone over to the wrong side of the street. Although I'm going to blame the bouquet this time. I can't think how it got there, I really can't.
So, basically, let me pull out the map. So, the body was here, obviously. Like, it walked down here, and then, bam, they found it. So, she drops the bouquet over here. But then, when she comes back, it's like, oh, where is it? And then her husband's like, over here, and he's also moved the bouquet as well. That's why he tells her, don't talk about the bouquet. And she just says, oh, I'm just very done with directions, and yada yada. I think this is what's going on here. I just don't know how we're going to prove this with the evidence that we have at the moment, except for this. That's the only thing I can think of. Oh, the bouquet somehow moved from one side of Briar Road to the opposite.
Curious indeed.
Isn't it? But the worst of it is, I forgot to pick the bouquet up again when we left the scene. That beautiful rose, Rolly.
Wait, it was a single rose? Damn, they don't pay you enough for this shit, Rolly. I'm sorry.
With that change from the gutter he spent so long collecting.
By bouquet, do you perhaps mean this sorry solitary rose? Oh, that's cute. Oh my god, it's wrapped in old newspaper. Oh my god, that's so lovely of him.
Oh, oh, yes, that's it.
Y tú dijiste ramo de flores, ¿eh? En fin, no me puedo fiar de ti, Blue Parrot. Claramente era un ramo de flores. A cap, but also quite sad, yeah.
That's the bouquet that Rolly bought me for our anniversary, with all bits of change he found in the gutter.
Maybe just call it a rose.
Tell us, Lord Van Six, where did you come by the flower?
According to the report by the police officer in charge of the crime scene investigation, it was found on the edge of the pavement in front of the Gary Depp household.
I knew it! I knew it!
In front of the Gary Depp's house? Although it wasn't noticed until the morning, as it lay where the street lamps cast no light. It was believed to be of no relevance to the case, since it was found on the opposite side of the thoroughfare.
Oh, thank you, sir, thank you. Could I have it back now, please?
Oh, fuck you! I'm keeping this rose for myself, it's very pretty.
And then he just has like a rose on his beard for the rest of the game.
I think for good measure, this rose should be added to the court record as evidence.
Oh, fuck.
The anniversary bouquet has been entered into the court record. A present for Patricia Pitt from her husband, Rolly. The shock of seeing the stab victim caused Miss Pitt to drop the rose where she stood.
The symbol of our love. I want it back after the trial. Do you hear me? I want it back.
A petty judge is a boogie judge.
Good grief! Rest assured that I shall do my very best not to forget Miss Pitt.
Oh, he's absolutely going to forget on purpose. Okay, so we have everything, right?
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you make of all of this?
Yes. The whole idea of an invisible attacker has been troubling me all along. I believe I'm starting to get a picture of what really happened here now. The fourth book that had no business being at the scene of the crime made me sure that Miss Garrett was hiding something from us. It's becoming increasingly clear that someone else has been hiding something from us as well. I think I may already be armed with everything I need to strike a decisive blow here. This time, it's going to expose the whole truth about this mysterious affair. Okay, but where do I present this? Like, that's my question.
Hold it!
Oh wait, no, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I'm just going to skip this. Okay, so I know what I need to do. I don't know how I need to do it. So I'm just going to save first. And think this through. Okay, let's see. So we have the rose.
An English rose. It's such a beautiful flower.
Ah, this is a rose, is it? I've never seen one before.
Do you not take an interest in flowers, Mr. Naruhodo?
I wouldn't say that exactly. But I do know this. I do know 3 types at least.
Gosh, only 3.
Yes, plum blossom, peach blossom, and cherry blossom.
Perhaps you should consider branching out.
Branching out. Get it? Branching. Plant joke. Oh, I'm going to continue.
Learning some that aren't tree-based, for example.
You get it, chat. Branching out. It's very stylish paper that the flowers wrapped in, isn't it?
It's just an old newspaper, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, I suppose it's because I'm not used to seeing English print. It looks so exotic to me.
Ah, I see.
Is something wrong?
Oh, no. I was just thinking that if you wrapped a stone-baked with sweet potato in English newspaper, I look like some sort of fancy cake.
Ah, Susato-san, you do love your cakes.
Huh?
Ah, good one. Good one, game. You got me there. Okay, there's like nothing special over here. No, this is the same, okay. We just find the knife inside of here. Imagine. Yeah, nothing special. Little Frankie with that 12 viewer raid, thank you so much for the raid. I'm going to give you a shout out real quick, hold up. Wait, I don't think if Nightbot works. I don't think if anything works right now, hold up. Let me do this real quick. Okay, so it doesn't work for some reason. Hold up. I don't know why it just stopped working. I need to like...
Okay.
Real quick, hold up. Here, go follow Frankie.
This is the right way.
Frankie is a very good person, a very good boy. He just came back from a vacation. He's fantastic. I love them. Go follow them. How is this case still going? It's going great. We found some new evidence. Yeah, a cool moving background. Yeah, I worked on that, like, I think it was on summer or something like that. Why are you angry at me? Why Bruparo and Label, why are you angry? I don't understand this. But yeah, thank you so much for raiding. How was Pokemon? I think you were playing Pokemon, right? Yeah, Pokemon Soul Silver. How was that going? As per the case, right now we have a manual on how to be a policeman, basically a warrant card, and the anniversary bouquet. Now we learned that the lady over here, she was carrying a bouquet at the moment of the crime. So when they saw the body, she dropped the bouquet. But then when she came back from getting the police, she found out that the body was on the opposite side of where the bouquet was. So we theorized that this guy, the policeman, while he was there, he moved the body to the other side because he didn't want to do extra work that day. It was good. We beat an old ice grandpa, and now I don't know where the heck I'm going. Yeah, that's the vibe with Pokemon at the beginning. You just don't know where to go. You just go places and do stuff. When Angie were saying hi. Ah, okay, sorry. I really need to do either more emotes or something. I just only have that one bad emote. So this guy, he told us like, oh, I work here, and it's like, I work here. So if the body was over here, then I would have had to do like extra hours. So we think he moved it to the other side, just so he wouldn't have to work. Look at those cute scarves they're wearing. Yeah, they are wearing. It's the same scarf actually. If you look closely, it goes down and then it comes up again. So they are like united. They are the same scarf. They are like super long scarves. So we're trying to know how to present all of this info, but I'm not really sure where to present this. Oh no, they are not twins, they are a married couple, actually. Which is very weird. Very weird because these two look like kids, but they are 21 and 23 respectively. It's very weird. I don't know why their designs look so young, but they are supposedly married and above 21 years old. It's very weird. Okay, let me see. They are small children. No, they are married. The fact that they are married is integral to the case. If they weren't married, then none of this would make sense. I was about to warn you that they are both non-related and married. Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know how to present this evidence. The windows on the top floor are top hinge. If anything has been thrown out the window, we have seen it. Delete the scene to fetch help. I think I'm going to present it here. I think I'm going to present it here, but I think I'm going to present the bouquet and see if it works.
Objection!
No, it didn't work. Let's just consider the implications of that statement for a moment, shall we?
What implications, Counsel? Nothing strikes me about it.
Exactly, there's nothing striking about it.
What does strike me is your propensity for the inane, however.
Ugh, I need to clear my head and come at this again. No, I know what I need to do, I just don't know where to do it. So I'm just going to reload this save real quick. Oh, but yeah, if you need to like go get some water or food or lay down, Frankie, you're perfectly fine to do so. Go get some rest, because you have just returned to streaming after a week and it must be tiring doing it after being away for a bit. But thank you for the raid once again, and I hope you enjoy my little voices, because they are very bad. I will warn you about that. They are very bad. Yeah, gonna go rest up. Have a great rest of your... Yeah, no worries. I have a good rest of your evening as well. And I will be seeing you around. And if anyone in chat is not following Little Frankie, go do it right now or I will find you. I will find you. And I will make you follow Frankie. Okay? So just do it. You know, I'm always watching. Maybe we need to do it here.
Objection!
Nope. Yeah, no, we're just going to ignore that, reload, and try again. Maybe it's here.
Objection!
There it is. You claim, Constable Beat, there was nothing to report in the 15 or so minutes you were guarding the scene. But that cannot be.
What do you mean to say?
In your testimony just now, Miss Beat, you explained to the court that when you arrived back at the scene of the crime with the policeman assigned to that beat, the bouquet you had dropped at the victim's side was no longer anywhere nearby.
Objection!
Yes, on the opposite side of Briar Road to where the victim was attacked. But considering the size of that meager bouquet, if a single sorry bloom can be so described. No doubt it was blown in the wind across the street, back into the gutter where it belongs. Right, Q! Welcome in. We're just going to dunk on a couple of a lovely couple. We're going to dunk on them for lying in court. How are you doing? How was your Saturday? Today is Saturday? Yeah, today is Saturday. How was your Saturday today? I cannot speak, sorry.
here.
Objection!
But if that were the case, why did Constable Beat not testify the fact? Saturday, good so far. Saturday is a weird ass word when you think about it. It is. It's very weird. I always confuse Saturday and Sunday because I think that Sunday has to go first, just because it's a shorter word. I don't know. Is he offering a single rose like a bullfighter? No, you see, the bouquet that the lady was carrying was the rose. So she was carrying the rose, basically. Okay, she was carrying the bouquet, quote-unquote bouquet, and dropped it when they saw the victim. But then, the victim appeared on the other side of the road when she came back, but the bouquet was still on that same side. Which means that he moved the body to the other side, just so it wouldn't be on his beat. I think that's what's going on here. Why did Constable Beat not testify to the fact?
No one else approached the scene, and nothing was removed from it. Constable Beat swore to that on Scotland Yard's honor. But the bouquet belonged to me. It has nothing to do with the case. We really didn't mention it, I'm sure.
No, because sadly it's not only your bouquet we're talking about here. More than one thing in this case is mysteriously the wrong way around. What are you talking about? Hey la Yaya, welcome in. Indeed, felices fiestas. How are you doing? I'm not going to repeat what I just said. We're about to get into the meat of the crime, so you just arrived for the good part. I hope your Saturday evening has been going fantastic. Think about it. Oh yeah, happy birthday to Laya. It was like 2 days or 3 ago. Happy birthday once again. And yeah, I hope you have been having a good Saturday evening. I think I already said that. So I'm going to go to keep reading. I'm horrible at making small talk when someone comes in chat. I'm very sorry about that. Fine, you just exited work. Wow, you really worked until this late, huh? Besides Miss Beat's bouquet, there's Mr. Garrider's house. Book. I cannot speak. Fuck. Mr. Garrider's copy of the Lion's Pride, which was thrown out of the window by his wife, would have struck the pane of the casement window, and landed here on the west side of the street. And yet, it was actually found here on the opposite side of the road, in the victim's hand. Meanwhile, according to the testimony we've heard, Miss Beat's bouquet could have been dropped here at the scene of the crime, on the east side of the street. But in fact, it was actually found here, on the opposite side of the road, in front of Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb's house. There is no logical explanation for those things. Unless somebody deliberately moved them.
What are you trying to say? The way you're talking, it sounds like you think my role has done something wrong.
Would you listen to a word that scrawly lawyer says? What do you know about books and bouquets? What do we care? It's nitpicking, that's what it is.
Oh good, Miss Garrideb's come around. Oh, poor Rionosuke. You might call it nitpicking, Miss Garrideb. But deliberately meddling with the scene of a crime is a criminal offense. It's called,
Tampering, Mr. Naruhodo.
But the person responsible for this tampering cannot admit to it. For a very subtle but compelling reason.
Objection!
Tampering? You've barely heard the term before. Tell us, my learned friend. Who would possibly have had cause to carry out such an elaborate deception? Yes, there is someone who tampered with the scene of the crime that evening. All the evidence and all the testimony points to that one particular person.
Counsel, I must demand that you substantiate this conjecture. Who are you saying is responsible for tampering with the scene of the crime?
Clearly, it was the victim herself. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the victim. It was Rolly Beat, a devoted London Bobby.
Take that!
Obviously, there's only one person it could have been. Constable Rolly Beat, it was you!
What? The policeman? A member of Scotland Yard?
What nonsense! Why would my Rolly do something like that? There's no one straighter than my husband.
Oh, there's no one straighter. Oh no.
No Bobby works more tirelessly for the people of London.
Miss Beat, you said in your testimony that your husband asked you to go to a nearby police box to fetch the officer on duty. The 15 minutes that you were absent from the scene is the only opportunity anyone had to tamper with it.
You're making it up. It's all nonsense. It's all lies.
Oof.
What about the Japanese man with the whiskers? I bet it was him. He did it.
Objection!
These voices are excellent. No, they are not, but thank you, Reggie. If that was true, Constable Beat would have seen him do it.
Oh. And forgive me for pointing it out, but when you dropped your bouquet, Miss Beat, it was after the defendant had fled the scene. Oh, well.
Objection!
First, you make accusations about the landlord and his wife. Now you incriminate a policeman as well. But your accusations lack one very important thing. You claim the crime scene was tampered with. But there is only one reason anyone would commit such a reckless crime. To hide something.
That's right. He's right. Well, my husband and I just happened to be there. That's all. Oh, why would we have anything to hide? It doesn't make sense.
You've offered no motive for this alleged tampering. And until you do, your accusations are nothing but empty threats. Oh, but we do. Constable Beat had a very good reason for wanting to tamper with the scene of the crime. That is the key to this entire affair.
Mr. Naruhodo, have you managed to solve this mystery?
Counsel, you have made a very serious accusation against a London police officer. If you are mistaken, I'm sure I need not to point out that your reputation as a lawyer will be irrevocably damaged. With that stark warning in mind, will now explain to the court the motive for this alleged tampering.
Yes, my lord. Constable Beat's motive for tampering with the crime scene was to hide where the book fell, where the bouquet fell, where the victim fell. It's this. Because he didn't want to work extra hours, so he moved her to the other side. Where the victim fell to the ground. That is what this Bobby had to cover up, at all costs. What?
Where the victim fell? You mean where she was attacked? What are you talking about? I told you at the very start, didn't we? On the pavement of Briar Road. We saw it happen, remember? It was right here, but if anyone didn't already know.
That's certainly what everybody has been led to believe. But in fact, that isn't where the victim was stabbed at all.
What? What?
I'm beginning to wonder where this tumultuous trial will end, Counsel.
The Bobby is so down bad for his wife that he decided to tamper with evidence. Yeah, absolutely. If that's your assertion, then the court is dying to know, my Nipponese friend. Where are you proposing that the crime scene actually took place that evening? Clearly, it was here. Around here, somewhere. I'm just going to send this side.
Take that!
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's
On the opposite side of the road. Oh, sorry.
I don't understand.
He's going to break the desk at this rate. He's just going to go bang, 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 and then break the desk. On the evening in question, Mr. Garidev's book fell directly down from the open window above. Your bouquet, Miss Beat, never moved at all. What did move was the scene of the crime itself.
good gracious!
Bonk Rory. For some reason, my nightbot is not working. So I'm very sorry for that. Perhaps you haven't been listening to the ample testimony the court has heard. But these witnesses both saw the moment the attack took place.
That's right. I saw it with my very own eyes.
It was 5 o'clock in the evening and already dark. There was a typical London fog on the ground. When you saw the incident unfold and run to the victim's aid. That was actually on the west side of Barrier Road.
No, that's not true. It can't have been.
Constable Beat then arranged for you to be absent for a while by sending you for help. And during the 15 minutes you were away, he transplanted the crime scene. He moved all of the things shown in the print, the victim herself, 4 books. He moved everything, in fact, to the pavement on the east side of Briar Road.
Extraordinary!
But the constable overlooked one thing.
What? What did he overlook?
The bouquet, I presume. Exactly.
The prosecution told the court just a few minutes ago about the discovery of the rules bouquet. Lord Van Sick said it wasn't noticed until this morning. It lay where the street lamps cast no light.
Yes, it couldn't be seen in the dark, obviously.
Which is why it was only the bouquet that was found in its original position on the pavement on the west side of Barrier Road. And that is the defense's theory about what really happened that evening. How do you respond? Constable Rolly Beat.
Well, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to nod off again, but I haven't slept properly, so in a month.
In a month. Wow.
Did I miss anything important?
He's so high. Look at that face. He's like smoked out of his goddamn mind.
Oh, Rolly. It isn't true, is it? But that lawyer said it's all lies, isn't it? I know it is because you're the most upstanding, righteous man I know.
I had a dream, a terrible dream. All the things I did that night. Everything come out. Everything exposed.
He's in bliss. He has no idea what's going on.
Only it seems it wasn't a dream at all. Good golly!
No, he's 21 years old. Those two are married, la yaya. Esos dos están casados. Tienen 21 años y 23 años respectivamente.
Order! 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 What on earth is the meaning? What on earth is the meaning of this?
Oh, Rolly, why? Why would you do something like this? I mean, a corpse is a criminal offense, isn't it?
Isn't the victim dead? Should you want to? No, lo que importa porque el chaval trabaja de policía, es un Bobby. Entonces no está estudiando en la universidad. Isn't the victim dead? Should you want to?
Constable, explain yourself. Why would you do this?
Why would I move the body? Well, you know, Your Honor. I have many reasons, as you know.
As a respected member of Scotland Yard, your duty is to protect the good people of London Town. I can't say so. What? I really am ever so sorry about all this. For damaging the yard's reputation. For everything.
I have a possible explanation. For why, on that particular evening, Constable Beat felt compelled to move to the scene of the crime. To move the scene of the crime. I can think of one reason. What? How could you possibly know? You, foreigner, assuming to understand the mind of a Scotland Yard policeman. And he looks like a college student, and hadn't slept in a month. No, we were told that he hadn't slept in a month because he was working those hours of sleep. Wifey booby your... Wifey booby your honor, my god. Oxígeno, me va a dar algo.
And yet, Lord Van Six, it is this foreigner who has uncovered the startling truth of the matter thus far.
Oh, that stings.
I believe it would be beneficial to the court to hear this extraordinary young lawyer's theory. Counsel for the defense, if you please.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, I think you had better show us some evidence.
At once, my lord. England, Japan. Makes no difference where you come from. Human emotions are the same. I think I have a fairly good idea of the feelings behind this man's action.
What gives away the motive for Constable Beat's unthinkable actions?
It's the warrant card. I'm going to say just in case, but it is the warrant card. He fucking killed the prosecutor, yeah, absolutely. He just went,
Yeah, shut up, dummy.
fucking destroyed.
Take that!
I realize that I'm a foreigner in this land, and I have only just arrived from Japan. Which is why all this information about London's so-called bobbies is completely new to me. I've learned that, remember, through honorable patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world, for example.
Keeping the peace, looking after the citizens of his beat is in all kinds of ways. There's no doubt that the young Bobby is charged with a great deal to do each day, certainly.
But for Constable Beat, the day in question was special.
Special? How?
On account of this bouquet, my lord.
Oh, yes. It was our very first wedding anniversary.
Constable Beat had worked so hard to be able to afford this simple gift for his wife. I was so looking forward to taking her out for a celebratory meal. When he and Miss Beat stumbled upon a crime along Briar Road. And he saw that shadowy figure through the fog collapse on the pavement ahead of them. What must have gone through the man's mind?
But so, just on that one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Miss Beat puts up with a lot being married to a Bobby like me. Wanted to show my dear wife how much I care.
This is the warrant card that Constable Beat offered to lend me that offered to lend to me earlier. Right, among the rules for patrolling policemen, it says: when a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigations and help detectives.
Oh!
Judge, we were like already on this. You're a bit late to this conclusion. Constable Beat. Is that, or is that not the reason why you moved the whole scene of the crime that day?
Yes. Everything you said, it's alright.
So that's it. It was all to do with the boundary of your beat. Exactly. To summarize, the incident actually occurred on Constable Beat's beat.
Good gracious!
Yeah, we fucking got him. We got the one guy who just wanted to spend some time with his wife. Fuck him. Judge being the judge from Phoenix Wright. Yeah, it's like they are. It's always the same kind of judge. They always keep him the same. Man, it feels bad because he was like actually wanting to have a good time with his wife, and it feels bad.
Constable, do you realize the gravity of what you have done? It's the first time since I became a copper I had ever cursed God.
Wow. What is this line? Hold up. You cursed God. Or wow. What this is a banger. This line is a banger. Oh, no permito enlaces en el chat, lo siento. Lo siento, Leia. I don't allow links on chat. Sorry.
Stay close to me, Pat. The criminal could still be lurking somewhere. As we ran over to the scene, I had every intention of doing my duty as a police officer.
God fucking damn it, Jesus Christ, not today, shit, fuck. Feels man bad, .jpg, yeah.
We got to report this to the station as quickly as possible. But then it dawned on me. I realized where we were, where the victim was laying, I don't know, and what that meant for me. When a crime is discovered,
Yeah, I got that it was like everything all together.
when a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigations. Help detective. Why here? Why did this have to happen? Here. God fucking damn it. Jesus Christ, not today. Shit. Fuck. And why tonight of all nights? Why?
He went clunk to the side.
It's a copper's job to guard the scene of the crime, so I told Pat she'd have to go to the nearest police box and fetch whoever was on duty there. It was then when I opened my mouth to speak. Just came out. I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my own mouth. This is the next bit to mine, Pat. So you'll have to go to the police box that covers it. Turn right along Minscombe Street and then... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, Constable. I just wanted just that one night. Take my Patricia out for dinner. Oh, really? Just that one night.
You knew that if the incident was on your beat, your evening of celebration would be ruined. And so you decided to move the entire crime scene outside your jurisdiction. Just across the street, to the east pavement of Briar Road, which falls under the neighboring speed scare.
You see, I thought... Well, I was sure that the victim was dead, you see. I beg your pardon?
Oh, of course he did. Otherwise my ruler would have never left the poor woman on the freezing cold pavement.
Oh, I see your meaning now. But God got me back from my sins, didn't he? That's why I missed the rose I bought for Pat.
Oh no, Rolly, that was all my fault. I should never have dropped it in such a dark place. I'm so sorry, Rolly.
And can you tell us, Constable, how many books did you move from the one side of the road to the other in total?
Oh, 4 it was. Yes, sir. Definitely 4.
Three of them dropped by Mr. Natsume. The fourth being the one that fell from the window upstairs in the garden household, of course.
But what made you place that book in the victim's hand? When all the others were scattered haphazardly around him.
Oh, well, sir. That's because that's how I found it.
How you found it? How do you mean? What do you mean?
When we first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand.
You're sure it was this book, The Lion's Pride, that the victim was holding?
Oh yes, no doubt about it, sir.
Interesting. Fourth book's information has been updated in the court record.
I thought it was an open and shut case at the time, you see. There were only the 2 people at the scene, and Pat and me both saw it happen. However, which way you looked at it, had to be the fellow who ran off who done it, I thought. I didn't see the harm, really. I didn't think moving it all over this road would make a jot of a difference. I suppose this is it for me now. I've had it.
My lord.
Yes, Lord Van Six.
I believe. That concludes the cross-examination of the witnesses. Constable, you may withdraw.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Prosecutor, sir. What will become of my Rolly? What will happen to him?
For now, you are free to go home. The police will contact you in due course.
Please, don't punish my husband. It was all my fault. Because I'm always moaning at him for coming home late.
A bit now, Pat. Let's go home. I'm tired.
Right then, my love.
One last thing, Constable.
So,
Let this be a lesson to you. In a criminal investigation, every detail matters, however insignificant it may seem to you.
yes,
Carve that lesson in your mind. And never again make the mistake of tampering with the scene of a crime.
oh, never again, sir. You mean to say?
Leave, now. This trial is not yet over. Hold up, I need to drink some water. Agüita.
Sir!
He's not fired.
Well, quite a startling revelation, I must say. Whoever thought of a third party transplanting the entire scene of a crime like that?
Indeed, my lord. Nevertheless, there are some immutable facts here. Principally, that the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume, is the only person who could possibly have committed this crime.
Objection!
No, I disagree. No, yeah, don't say that. No. We don't think. I don't think he will. Now that we know the true scene of the incident, there is someone else. Another person who could be responsible for the knife in the victim's back.
Forgive me for being presumptuous. I believe the prosecution is probably well aware of this possibility already.
Lord Van Six, is this true?
Very well. Name the person if you will. And if further investigation is warranted, the prosecution has no objection to the trial continuing.
You will name this other person who could possibly have perpetrated the crime.
Well, I'm going to say just in case. I don't trust this game. I'm just doing it just in case.
Take that!
The defense would once again like to request the cross-examination of a new witness, my lord.
Once again,
My assistant made the same request earlier. Miles Strongheart. No, that's not it. In order to finally reveal the truth about this case, it's imperative that we cross-examine juror number 4, Miss Joan Garridev.
me, oh dear me.
Objection!
Was him and his birds. That request has already been denied.
Objection!
But the situation is very different now. Miss Garridev, answer me this.
What do you want now, you little toad?
I become Toad. He just suddenly becomes Toad from the Mario movie. At the time of the incident, you were engaged in a violent argument with your husband, Mr. John Garridev. In the course of the argument, a minor house fire was ignited. And to clear the smoke from the room, your husband opened a window that looks out over Briar Road.
Well, what of it?
You threw this book at your husband when he was cornered with his back against the window. Upon striking the pane of the open top hinge casement window, book plummeted directly down. Boom, just like that, finding its way. What we now know to be the true scene of the incident.
Yes, as I said, what of it?
During the argument, you were beside yourself with rage. As such, you threw not just books, but anything you could lay your hands on. So, let me ask you one more time, Miss Garridev. This knife, the one removed from the victim's back, have you really never laid eyes on it before?
Oh, I don't recall it.
Seriously?
You're supposed to remember everything I picked up and threw at my husband. And anyway, I mean, over there in all that regalia said members of the jury didn't testify, didn't he?
Conveniently, yes.
Objection!
No. I have no recollection of saying that at all. Juror number 4.
Oh,
Make no mistake. You jurors are not special in any way. You are not immune to the judicial process. If you know something about this knife, madam, let the truth come out.
what? But it's just a common or garden knife. It could have come from anywhere. We have several like that at home. If one went missing, how would you expect me to know?
What's that? Are you joking?
What are you saying, please, Miss Garridev?
Now you listen to me.
Now listen to me. I refuse to believe all this nonsense. I couldn't bear the thought that I would injure someone. You hear? I couldn't bear it.
Oh, the poor woman.
Oh, yes. I want evidence. I want to see hard evidence if you're going to insist on this being my fault. You're going to have to prove to me that I threw that knife, if that's what you're thinking. Hello, now, chop, do your worst.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, if I had evidence like that, believe me, I would have thrown it at her already. Then take the stand, juror.
Oh,
The prosecution does not object to the defense's request to cross-examine this woman. Thank you, Lord Van Six.
I'm going to have to testify. Juror number 4. I'm sure you will appreciate having observed it with your own eyes today. Witness testimony can lead to the most extraordinary truths being unearthed. Truths of which the witnesses themselves may not even have been aware. Oh, dear me. I demand your full and unadulterated testimony, Miss Garideb. And mark my words, in this court of law today, we shall extract the truth. Do you concur, counsels?
Certainly, my lord. Oh, that's what I'm hoping for, my lord. Oh, this is like an orchestral version of the objection theme. This is such a strange feeling. For the first time since arriving in this country, it actually feels real. I'm here in the Old Bailey, and I'm a lawyer. Witness, state your name and occupation.
Oh, yes, my name is John Garida. And I'm, well, I'm a juror. In such like...
It sounds like even she doesn't know if she's a housewife or a maid or what anymore. Altogether, guilty, guilty. Now, it was an accident. When it's an accident, no one is guilty. That's how the logic works.
The court has decided your testimony is required in order to clarify matters in this case. Do you understand, madam?
Yes, my lord.
You will tell the court everything that took place in your household on the evening in question. I'm a lawyer. I can't hear that without thinking of it as Ralph Wingham saying it. I don't know who that is. I will have to look it up later. Remind me to do so at the end of stream. Oof. And I warn you, do not attempt to hide the truth.
Oh dear me.
And Abioni. Nothing to worry about now. There he is! There's the boy!
Oh, I didn't know you were here, John.
Wasn't only you in the room that day, I don't think, was it? Rather think I ought to testify as well, don't you?
What about your knee, dear?
Don't you worry about that. Hardly notice it. I'm not the sort of chap who'll leave a corner to face disciplinary action alone.
Oh, John.
I presume you're Mr. John Garida.
Yes, sir. Former second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment of the 4th Northumberland Fusiliers, sir. Oh, we've gone from one happy couple to another older happy couple. Amazing. Pay my fair share of action and now living in the quiet life, as it were. The quiet life? Were you not engaged in an incendiary battle with your spouse on the day in question? Well, yes, quite.
I believe this may represent a first in the proud history of the British court. Calling a juror to the witness stand is unprecedented. However, the court will hear your testimony now, juror number 4, and that of your husband. You will recount clearly and concisely the events in your home and the time of the incident in question.
Sir, at once. Witness testimony. The Battle of Garida. Yes, on the day you're referring to, the wife and I did have a bit of a skirmish. I can't recall the reason now. Knocked the candlestick over and set fire to the carpet. Couldn't hide it out, though we got the window open.
Well, I was picking up what I could find to throw at him.
Plenty of knives around our place. Can't say I would notice if one or two went missing, I'm afraid. That bally thing in the victim's flag really was one of ours. We'll have a job proving it, I think.
Guilty.
End of the game.
It sounds as though it was quite the battlefield in your household that evening.
Although an entirely one-sided assault, it seems. The enemy caught us on the hop, sir. He had no choice but to dig in and take defensive measures. To be honest, if the enemy had kept shelling us for another minute, we would have been toast. My dude, you are talking about your wife. Don't call her the enemy. Please. Of course, a veteran such as myself, I'm only too aware that on every battlefield, you're just a nuts whisker from death at any moment. We're still talking about a marital quarrel here.
Well, I think you're guilty anyway, so can we go home? Must say, I'm dubious that this testimony will shed any light on the origins of this Jackman.
In combat, one's focus narrows such that surroundings are barely noticed. These witnesses may not be able to offer anything more that they have testified already. This may be a dead end. And 6 may well be right.
Well, whatever the chances, you only have this last cross-examination to uncover the truth, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Very well, Counsel. Begin your cross-examination.
Here we go. The Battle of Garideb.
Hold it!
Now, wasn't it because of a lover's quarrel? The reason is what you told us yesterday. Oh, sorry. I'm a bit burpy. Is what you told us yesterday, I believe.
Yes, that's right. If I remember correctly, it all started because of a note that was tucked into the pages of a book belonging to Mr. Garideb.
A rather passionate note, in fact. But Miss Garideb found the note, discovering her husband's little secret.
And she gave him a mighty number of slaps across the face for it too.
What a sordid state of affairs.
Hell on earth. I say, when a chap says he can recall such things, it's common decency not to drag it all up. And besides, half of it was wide of the mark anyway.
A likely story. Waters run very deep. And what transpired next after these multiple blows to the face?
Hold it!
Sorry, I'm sleepy as well. The fire also spread to some items of furniture, didn't it? The bookcase, my armchair, anything of mine really. Just so happens there was some bathwater around that evening. I lost it, so I lost that about to put it.
The most precarious situation you put yourself in.
Ours is a 3-story townhouse on the west side of the street. The water main isn't connected yet. Have to draw water from a public water pump during the days you need any, you see.
Lodgers are always moaning that they can't get any water at night. Although, a little moustache Japanese man buys water in bottles, I believe.
Defendant, Mr. Natsume, you mean?
Yes, he receives a stipend for his studies, you know, in his home country. Can you imagine being able to brew a pot of tea at all hours? He's obviously very well off.
Yeah, have you actually seen the state of the man? He's in shambles, he's... Like, just... Okay, chat, look at him. Look at this dude. Look at him. He's like the definition of a Tumblr man. A sexy Tumblr man. Like, look at him. He's a fucking mess. Oh boy.
I believe he uses all of his income to buy books.
But anyway, the point is, I was able to douse the fire with water, fortunately enough.
Well, I was picking up whatever I could find.
Hold it!
Even though the room was on fire? As far as I was concerned at the time, it was more more important to extinguish my anger than the flames. When a woman wants to throw, she must throw. He looks like a philosopher. Poor. Did you know Soseki Natsume was a real person? He was? What?
That is most certainly not true of a Susato takedown, Mr. Naruhodo.
No, yeah, so the one wants to throw stuff at people, the other wants to throw people at stuff. They are very different concepts.
And his character is based on his personality. Ah, I see, I see. I will look it up later after stream. How did she know I was thinking that?
So, please, cast your mind back and try to remember. What form did you take?
I mean, was a knife among the items that you threw at your husband that day?
In honesty, don't recall. But I feel I must point out that I'm no monster. Let me see. Some bread, a cabbage, a lick, a towel, a sponge, a napkin.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to add, sir? Mr. Garrider.
Don't shoot! Sorry, I beg your pardon.
Did your wife's remark just now bring something to mind?
Nothing of any significance, no.
Just that the barrage of projectiles the old thing launched in my direction
Was somewhat more solid than she implies.
books, brakes, and the fire poker I seem to recall. Ouch. Wait, whole bricks. Ah! I couldn't even read that whole... And the woman saying me uncanny. We landed a direct hit with every volley. Yeah.
Good grief, woman, you're not at home now. This is a court of law.
Oh dear me.
We're so sorry, dear.
What is she even doing with a teapot in here?
Honestly, John, I would never have thrown such things at you, obviously.
Well, take a look at this then. How did you suppose that happened, hmm?
Your pipe, sir. I cannot speak, sorry.
Had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles, you did. Yes. No, it's tea, it's not coffee. It's not coffee, La Yaya, it's tea. And when I went out to pick the thing up, it was broken in two. I would like to see a sponge do that sort of damage. Godot, what are you doing here? You changed to tea. I see. Your pipe was broken. It would never have been set flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Anyway, I've managed to bandage the thing up for now.
Oh, you are one to exaggerate, aren't you, dear?
I wonder what we should make of this account. Yeah, it could be important. The defense believed Mr. Ryder's remarks just now to be of great significance.
Objection!
These war veterans' words only tell us one thing. Betray a fiery wife, and pipes, well as heart, may be broken. Sentimental wisdom, perhaps, but hardly worthy of adding to the formal testimony. No, but he went down to pick it up. So maybe in that interval is when the book and the knife flew out of the window. Oh, thank you for the hydration. Thank you so much for that empirical woodland. I'm going to also adjust my posture because it's like very bad. So in like 1 second. There we go.
Indeed, common sense, one might say.
Might one?
In that case, would you at least permit us to examine the pipes, sir?
Oh, I don't see why not.
Oh, dear me. Are you again trying to ingratiate?
How do you say this word? Ingratiate? Ingratiate?
Ingratiate yourself with young lady. Very well then. The court will accept the gentleman's pipe as evidence.
The pipe has been entered into the court record. The Raiders' pipe apparently fell to the floor during a domestic dispute. Okay.
I hope I didn't speak out of turn, Mr. Naruhodo. I was just feeling very disappointed for you that your request was turned down.
Oh no, it's fine. Thanks to Susato-san, we have some new evidence to work with. We should examine it carefully.
Well, thank you for that rebuttal, Mr. Garrido. Now if we could return to the crux of the matter. What can you tell the court about the knife used to attack the victim?
Okay. Let's see. Wow, we're having like a lot of evidence today. Raiders' pipe. Oh.
Oh, it's the tip of the knife.
Oh, something just twinkled inside the chamber of the pipe there.
Yes, I saw it. Something stuck in there, I think.
Let's turn it over and give it a shake. What's this?
A tiny fragment of metal. It looks like the tip of a blade or something.
Yeah, well, hello there. The tip of a blade? Surely it couldn't be. Fragment of metal. This small piece of metal looks like it may be the tip of a knife blade. And this is where it was broken up. It looks to be in a sorry state with that bandage around, doesn't it? For some reason it feels slightly ominous to me, like it's trying to shout out a warning. Probably because it's the same blue as Mr. Garride's dressing gown.
I suppose it must have considerable sentimental value to Mr. Garride. Given that he's gone to the trouble of repairing it like this.
Either that, or he can't afford to replace it. Yeah, this is the tip of the blade. This is the tiny piece of metal we found in the chamber of Mr. Garride's pipe.
It looks like the tip of a blade or something.
Tip of a blade?
Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo?
I don't really know. There's something niggling me. I can't quite put my finger on what it is.
Perhaps in that case, would be wise to examine some of the other pieces of the evidence again.
Now, we go here. Pop.
Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo. Just at the tip. One piece of the blade appears to be missing.
Wait, part of it is missing? I could be wrong, but I've just got a feeling. You remember this?
Ah, that's the tiny fragment of metal that we found inside Mr. Garride's pipe.
Yes, and just maybe.
Oh my, it's a perfect fit.
Somehow I just knew it. Okay, so do we have to present the jackknife or do we have to present the tip? Well, come on game, it's obvious, don't make it difficult. Come on game, it's obvious, don't make it difficult.
Objection!
Mr. Garrideb, could I ask you to take a good look at this, please? You can ask, but I can't see a ball thing. You can't? He used to call me Deadeye Deb back in the regiment, of course. But that was some time ago now. You know, when I'm trying to enjoy a large print book by the fire these days. I struggle to tell a B from a D, and a P from a Q, to be honest.
Oh, it does. Really, it's rather worrying being asked about every other letter in every other word.
Wasn't D very dizzy? You must D very dizzy. Aye. What is that? A tiny scrap of metal? Yes, almost certainly from the tip of a blade. And what may appear at first to be just a tiny scrap is in fact a crucial piece of evidence. Interesting. And where did the defense come by this evidence? It was lodged in the chamber of Mr. Garrida's pipe. My pipe, you say? By Jove, I wonder how that got there.
what precisely does this fragment of metal signify, Council? Are you suggesting that it is in some way related to the matter of the stabbing on Briar Road?
I am. What?
When put together with another piece of evidence already in the court record,
I believe this tiny fragment of metal will unravel the whole truth of this case, my lord. Oh, she's standing on top of a little box. That's cute.
you appear rather confident in that extraordinary statement, Counsel. Very well then, present the pertinent evidence to the court. What evidence, when paired with this fragment of metal, allegedly reveals the truth of this entire case?
Take that.
Take that!
This is the knife that was found in the victim's back. If you look closely, you will see that there is a small piece of the tip of the blade that is missing. A common issue with inferior blades sold at unsavory street markets. Criminals who use them regularly leave the tips lodged in their victims' bones.
And what of this particular knife?
No doubt its tip has suffered a similar fate, now languishing somewhere near the spine of the victim.
Objection!
Lord Van Six, I thought you were smart. No, that's not the case. The tip of this particular knife's blade is the very fragment of metal we discovered in the chamber of Mr. Gary Depp's pipe.
Ugh. Good grief, Lord Van Six! I'm having a heart attack from all that wine.
I don't believe it. Oh my god, he's now Jojo posing. The knife from the crime scene and his fragment of metal are a perfect match.
Good golly gosh!
He's been shot.
Order! 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 Is this some sort of Eastern sorcery?
This is no magic, my lord. This is a miracle.
A miracle!
Van Six has figured it out, has he? Yes. It should be obvious by now.
Counsel, explain this extraordinary coincidence at once.
Yes, my lord. The crucial point we have to ask ourselves here is when did the fragment of metal find its way inside Mr. Garidev's pipe?
I think that was clarified for us in the most recent witness testimony.
Had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles, she did. Yes. Would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Oh, dearie me. During the argument between these two that occurred just as the victim was on the pavement below, Miss Garidev flung this knife at her husband. However, the knife missed Mr. Garidev, instead striking the pipe in his hand at the time, which caused the tip to break off, of course.
Good lord!
Yes, and that is when the tiny tip of the blade found its way inside Mr. Garidev's pipe. I mean, that is some crazy physics, but it could happen. Okay, hold up, I need to be BRB in like 5 seconds. Alright, sorry about that, I'm back. Let me see. The chances of that are 1,000,000 to 1. And yet, there's no other credible explanation for how the tip of the blade ended up in your pipe. Then, after losing its tip, the knife ricocheted off the pipe and flew out of the open window. Ah. In short, this knife, which fell off from the window of the Garidev's house, is the very same knife that struck the victim in the middle of the back, on the street below.
Oh gosh! Oh dear! Oh! No!
Objection!
Oh, we just killed someone. Glue glue. A full-bodied theory, I'll give you that. A complex bouquet of seemingly trivial points, plausibly arranged to create an almost possible vintage. Allow me to toast my learned friend's characteristically Nipponese approach to bottling his argument. Sorry? I'm going to serve myself some water and pose just like him. But after all, it is just a theory. A game theory! The bottle, I fear, is corked. Because you see, it's spoiled by an insurmountable consistency. An insurmountable... What? Nani?
Lord 16, explain yourself.
Hmm.
What is this inconsistency you claim to have identified?
An inconsistency of the simplest nature, my lord. The victim was found with a knife planted in the middle of her back. Yes, in her... Ah! Toma!
That's right. Silly little man.
Now, Joan, old thing. What are you getting so excited about? Let us consider the basic facts of the case once more. The victim was walking along the pavement before being stabbed in the back and falling to the ground. The knife that struck her had fallen from above. There is no possible way it could have planted itself in the victim's back. Unless she was hunching over to pick up a certain book that had fallen from the window previously. Ryunosuke, my guy, it's not that hard, really.
Order! Order! Quite right, you see. That's exactly right. The knife had fallen on her from above. You had struck her on the top of her head.
Lost for words, look. I knew it. I never liked his theory in the first place. I don't know though. What really did happen?
It would appear the defense has made a rather spectacular blunder.
If a theory has even one inconsistency, it cannot stand. Looks at all the theories that have ever existed in physics. Yeah. Looks at the quote unquote standard model. Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine. No inconsistencies there whatsoever. Your theory, my learned friend, is history. We're so close. I could see the truth. I was so sure we were on the right track. But now the way has been blocked completely. By just one simple inconsistency. Or in other words,
We simply need to eliminate that one inconsistency, and the theory will stand.
it's why they're just theories. Once there are no inconsistencies, you can call them laws. Yes. I mean, laws are technically also a group of theories that work really well. For example, there are the laws of Newton, which in of themselves are a group of theories that technically could have inconsistencies if you use them for relativity or quantum mechanics, but they are still good theories, they are still good approximations, so we call them laws. We still call them laws. It's simply a matter of scale at that point. However, the standard model has some inconsistencies on all scales, so that's why it's a bit more flawed than, say, the laws of Newton. It still works, but we need something new or something different. Misusato. Gravity, too inconsistent to be called a law. Yeah, well... It's like I don't know. I've been studying physics for almost 4 years now, and I don't know anything about physics. Like, I can claim that gravity is like thing, it exists. I cannot claim anything more than that.
You mustn't worry, Mr. Naruhodo. You were just caught off guard, that's all. And your mind went blank. But if the path you were on is indeed correct, then a way will present itself. The key to this is in the court record, I'm sure. All the information you need is there.
It seems you have nothing to say, my Nipponese friend. Well, your silence speaks volumes. It tacit acceptance that your theory is fatally flawed.
Objection!
It's like, no. He refuses to let go. Oh god, the inconsistency. It means that I need to sharpen my mind and dig deeper for the truth. It's a test. I'm going to read. This inconsistency doesn't mean that I was in the wrong track. It means that I need to sharpen my mind and dig deeper for the truth. It's a test. Like philosophy, that's how you know you're studying physics. The more you learn, the less you know. Yeah. But the thing is, so basically the universe is like energy, dark matter, dark energy. Apparently, for somewhere out there, there must be some dark energy or something. And basically, the matter and energy aspect, like the part that we are studying and everything, is only like 5% of the whole universe. All of that knowledge is just 5%. It's actually insane to think about it. It also gives me a lot of peace. A lot of peace of mind. Yes. If the knife fell on the victim from above, there's no way it could have hit her in the middle of her back. Under no normal circumstances, that is. What are you implying? Counsel! There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can explain this inconsistency. That can explain how the knife that fell from above could have pierced the victim's back. We already have the answer. Goodness! Utter madness. From what I've learned on my non-physics related degree, that standard model is a model, but it's not really just a theory to understand the fundamental particles and forces, it's more of a way to describe them and use them practically. Yeah, exactly. But it is also called the unified theory, quote unquote, because physicists in the 90s were like, oh, we are going to fuse everything together and then everything will be alright. And so they just made up a unified theory, eventually. But it's a very flawed unified theory. Maybe the universe is just so complex that we don't need a unified theory. Maybe that's the beauty of it. I don't know, I'm just speaking madness. Or maybe it does have one unified theory and we just need to work at it for like 5,000 more years until we get it. But until then, I am not going to run out of employment. That's what I'm happy about. Surely. Okay.
Surely this must be the last time. Counsel, present the evidence of which you speak.
It's like the model where the atom is a ball. If we find something better, it will still be used. Yeah, exactly. The 80s guys... No, they didn't fuck up. They did a lot of good stuff in confirming everything that people like Albert Einstein or Dirac formulated back in the 20s. They did a lot of good stuff, and they're still doing it so nowadays. Like the Nobel Prize that was given off for quantum information earlier this month, I think. This is the last inconsistency. Final piece in the puzzle. If I can successfully make sense of this, the truth will be laid bare at last. The evidence that explains how the falling knife became lost in the victim's back is the fourth book.
Take that!
The 80s did what they could. I need to get back into physics. It's good. This, the fourth book found at the scene. This is the final piece of evidence the defense will present. Yo, the music! The burnt book.
Is that not Mr. Garrideb's book?
Yes, and to understand its significance, we have to consider how it came to be at the scene in the first place. His photographic print clearly shows the book in question, and the victim holding it in her hand. But as we all now know, it was the police constable that put the book between her fingers like that.
Right so, as part of his wholesale transplanting of the crime scene out to the opposite side of the road.
That's true. However, as part of his testimony, Constable Beat made an extremely enlightening statement on that point. But what made you place that book in the victim's hand?
Oh, well, sir, that's because that's how I found it. When we first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So, when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand.
In other words, the victim had already picked the book up of her own volition. And clearly that must have been before she suffered the knife wound.
Well, I should say so. After being attacked with a knife, I don't imagine she would have been doing much of anything.
But the question becomes, why did the victim have that book in her hand?
By Jingo!
Jingo? I think I'm beginning to see what may have happened now.
Oh, dear me.
We know that the book fell from the top floor of the Carrigan house onto the pavement below, at precisely the moment that the victim was walking past. Yes, at exactly that moment. The young woman was walking along the street in the light pole, and all of a sudden, the book fell right in front of her.
The book I threw.
Yes, Miss Garrigan. What do you think the woman did? What would you do if you were walking along and suddenly a book landed in front of you on the pavement?
What a lie. I really can't imagine it. But I suppose you might have reached down and picked the book up.
Yes, that is exactly what the woman in fact did. She picked up the book.
Oh, heavens!
And when the woman reached down to pick the fallen book up, what position would her back have been in? That's right, facing the sky, completely and utterly defenseless. Then, the very next moment, when the woman was still bent over picking up the book, the next object fell from the room above, the jackknife, right into the middle of her back. And at that same time, walking by chance directly behind Miss Green, was the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume.
Well, I never!
It appeared to Mr. Natsume that the woman simply collapsed on the floor. In the dark and the fog, he didn't see the knife falling on her from above.
Oh!
And from the other direction, the constable and his wife saw no one but the victim and her apparent attacker.
So, there never was a real culprit to run from the scene in the first place.
No, it was nothing more than a series of unlikely events that culminated in an unfortunate accident. And that is the real truth behind this case. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Garrido?
The very first time you showed me that knife, I had my suspicions. I wonder if perhaps it may have been something like that.
There, old bean.
Poor Miss Garrido. Of course, I never meant for anything of the sort to happen, but it was all my fault, wasn't it? I take full responsibility. I let my anger get the better of me. I threw that book. And I threw the knife as well. John, dear. It's alright. I know. I'm ever so sorry. Truly. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, his butt also burned. Oh, that's embarrassing. Lord Van Six, what news of Miss Garridan? She's been taken to the infirmary. It would appear that today's events have left her in an especially flustered state. However, I believe she will recover in due course. There is no cause for concern. Yes, unbeknownst to themselves, they caused what could easily have been a terrible tragedy. They should have to prepare themselves for the consequences of their actions. There is some good news, however, my lord. I have just had word from the hospital where the victim is being treated. Her condition is improving steadily, and the doctor believes she will regain consciousness soon. Oh, that's good news. It's strange. We've been talking about the victim all this time. We've never once met her.
Oh, wonderful. The woman is out of danger, it seems.
Yes, that is good news. So, Mr. Soseki Natsume. Oh, I forgot his voice.
Yes.
On behalf of my fellow countrymen, I would like to take this opportunity to beg your pardon, sir. What a weirdly wholesome case for these games. Yeah, absolutely. Like, no one died. That's perfectly great. That's fantastic. You came from your distant eastern homeland to study our great British culture. And have been repaid with immeasurable unkindness. Please accept our heartfelt apologies. No, it is me who should be begging your pardon. Oh no, Mr. Natsume. That evening, when the young woman was just collapsed on the pavement before my eyes, I jumped to the wrong conclusion again in my confusion. What conclusion, sir? I was sure that the woman was dead.
Yes, Constable Beat said the same thing, didn't he? He thought she had been killed too.
I'm gonna open a Sasaki's fan club. Also a Ivan 6. Suppose she must have looked completely lifeless. It's been about a year since I arrived in Great Britain now, but I can still get used to life here. I can't relax. I'm sure there are evil spirits lurking in the fog. Like they're haunting me. Poor Soseki-san. His imagination really has got the better of him.
Yes, poor man.
So, when it happened, I thought the young woman had been taken by the fog spirits. I should never have dropped my books like that and run away. I should have called for help. For a doctor, for the police. Instead, I've managed to create a rift in the relationship of trust between our two empires. And for that, I'm truly sorry. Oh, wow, that was fast. One could indeed say that there was some sort of mysterious spirit that has been at work here, I think. One that created a chain of unfortunate mishaps. We were befooled by the spirit and led to false conclusions. But thanks to Lord Van Six and our young lawyer here from the east, that chain has now been broken, the spirit exorcised. I heartily commend you both. Oh. Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Yes, my lord. In concluding this trial, I must ask one last time for your decision regarding the defendant's culpability. Yeah, all that nonsense for no crime. It was just the worst butterfly effect in history. Are you ready to present your findings to the court?
As the foreman of this jury, I can assure you we've reached a fair and just conclusion.
I do declare the truth can be extremely cruel at times.
Well, I didn't suspect the woman next to me, that's for sure. Heading in for the old bean while she's out of action, you know. But I know what her decision would be.
Does this mean I'll finally be able to get off here and start work?
Well, it's about time.
I say, I'll have a corker of a story to tell the grandchildren when I get home, won't I?
My voice, my throat hurts.
Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I hereby demand your final decisions. Mr. Foreman,
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
So British people are all firebenders?
very well, Mr. Soseki Natsume. I hereby pronounce you not guilty.
Woo! Confetti! Wait, fireworks inside a court. We're just going to burn us something up at this rate.
And finally, Mr. Natsume,
Oh, sorry. Oh, yes, Lord, sir.
you are now a free man once more. It is my hope that you will continue to further your education in British culture. May you never again be brought before me. I hate you.
Oh, yes, sir. Of course. Oh, my life. I swear I'll never set foot in a courtroom again. I'm transported to tears. Well, no duh, Judge. Of course no one is guilty. Should be disbarred for this travesty.
Thank you, consuls. Court is adjourned.
Oh, finally it's done. 20th of February, 3:17 p.m. The Old Bailey, Defendant's Antechamber. Oh, locum. Wait, you mean me? Of course. Is there another locum in here? Is there even one?
Compared to the original locum student, Mr. Nerhot Esquire, your name has become rather short, hasn't it?
What's wrong with using my actual name? Oh, at last! I'm free! I'm free! Joyful, joyous, jubilant jubilation! Heady, hearty happiness, hurrah!
Oh, I am pleased. Mr. Natsume is delighted.
Oh god, if he's the next victim and crying, yeah, we're all crying. It'd be so hard just to say that then. Yeah, congrats lad, you did it. Locum, you did it! You saved me from the brink. Well, what happened to the poor woman was in no way your fault after all. I'm just glad everyone can see that now. No, not that! Lovely loyal locum lawyer. Yes? I mean, as I said before, I have just never got used to life here in Great Britain. Every time I looked over my shoulder, I see foreigners. I see towering brick buildings. And from high up windows, I see them looking down on me, laughing. Look at that little hunchback.
Oh dear. I'm sure it's all in your head, Mr. Natsume.
But today, your locum lawyer gave my gloom the boot. You stood firm behind that baronial bench before all those babbling British. You battled to the bitter end, laying bare the baffling truth. When I beheld the blinding fireworks among the beams of the bailiff roof, I bellowed, "Behold the best barrister ever born!" Well, that's very flattering, and we're very pleased for you. This has given me a wonderful anecdote to recount to my old friends back in Japan. An anecdote? Is that what's to become of all my hard work? Ah, there you are, my dear fellows. Ah, there you are, my dear fellows. I apologize for keeping you waiting. I rose late this morning.
Oh, Miss Sholmes, Mr. Sholmes,
What a pleasure to see you. As I am here not a moment too soon. A disaster has been averted, I'm glad to say. Oh. The trial shall begin presently, Mr. Naruto. And I wish... oh no! And I wish you the very best of luck. It's just finished. What? No! And my haste was in vain? Ah, it's you! Sherlock Holmes. Oh, how we met, sir?
This is Mr. Natsume. The man you had arrested, Mr. Solms.
Ah, I see. I failed to recognize you at first. Our previous encounters have taken place in the gloom, either of your bleak lodgings or that prison cell. I simply couldn't place that curious face in the light. Charming. This is all your fault, Sherlock Holmes. You're the reason I had to go through this terrible ordeal. I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. My apologies, sir, but I assure you I have placed you now. You're the fellow who abandoned that poor young lady and ran off, are you not? Ah! Ah. Has she been taken to the hospital more urgently? I feel perhaps she would have regained consciousness by now. Oh, don't look on the upper right corner, chat. Oh. But it was unavoidable, I'm sure. We are but human after all. Anyone would have been shaken by such an experience. Aha, got him. I do feel very badly about how I behaved. Motherfucker. Well, never mind. Oh then, what did you want to say to me, sir? Nothing. Priceless. Oh, I'm sorry, really, but that was quite priceless. Poor Soseki-san. Still, on the bright side, you've had an extremely entertaining experience without paying a penny. And, it would seem, you were not even found guilty. There is no bright side.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Natsume?
Even after this, I'm still cursed by the spirits, and now by the Reaper. Ah, Lord Van Six. I haven't forgotten, you know, what facing that man in court means. If you're found not guilty, you're still doomed.
It will be alright, Mr. Natsume.
Hmm?
If the Reaper appears trying to make trouble, I will protect you.
Yeah, no!
With a perfectly executed Susato takedown.
Much as I like being thrown on my head, a bit of warning might be nice next time, Miss Susato. This is amazing. I love this so much. So, Mr. Natsume, what do you intend to do now? You mentioned something about recounting your experiences to your friends back in Japan. Yes, I intend to return to my homeland soon.
Oh,
It has already been a year since I arrived here in Great Britain. Visited universities, libraries, bookshops. I've been honored with the tutelage of professors. I've learned so much about the wealth of literature here, and the city it has shaped. I've come to realize that this is my calling to stay at home and tell my fellow countrymen about it.
that's very touching, Mr. Natsume.
Or, in perhaps less veiled terms, you wish to withdraw halfway around the world, to escape the terror of the Reaper's curse. That's not it at all! The more I learn of literature, the more this strange feeling claws at my insides. I feel compelled to return to my roots and attempt to pen a work of my own. Oh, I see. The work of literature by Soseki-san. Could be an interesting read. What about Miss Susan and yourself, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry, what about us?
Will you return to Japan alongside your mustache compatriot?
Why would we?
The week has not yet passed since we're right in London. And only now does it feel as though we have finally found our feet.
And you are accommodated in a hotel at present, are you not?
Right. But we need to find lodgings before it bankrupts us.
I calculated that we can only afford about another 10 nights before our entire budget is exhausted.
Well then, you could take my lodgings. Oh, the windowless room? Ah, but it lacks in windows. But what it lacks in windows, it more than makes up with a floor and ceiling and the walls. Great. And of course, I'll be happy to live behind the cursed evil spirit.
Oh my, an evil spirit.
Oh yes. It tries to suffocate you while you sleep. It's an infallible wake-up call. We'll think about it if that's alright.
Perhaps I can offer a more welcome alternative. Would you consider taking lodgings with me?
Really?
Well, a vacancy has conveniently presented itself. Though it is up in the attic, I might add.
Are you sure it isn't just a storage loft?
I spoke with the landlady this very morning on the matter of price, and Iris is cleaning the room as we speak.
Yeah, where is Iris? I think, well, he just told us Iris is like at the place cleaning it up.
You must come at once. I presume you have no luggage to speak of.
Oh, this is simply wonderful. What an honor to be invited to take in lodgings in the great detective's office. This is ecstatic. I'm too overcome for words.
So suggesting we look somewhere else is out there. Seriously. Come on.
Then it's settled. Iris will prepare a welcome dinner this evening. And you must come too, Mr. Natsume. I insist.
I don't know what to say. But thank you. And yes.
Wonderful. Then I will go and complete the paperwork for your formal release, Mr. Natsume. It shan't take long.
Somebody's happy. Welcome. I knew that you wouldn't let me know. I knew that you wouldn't give me up. Na 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 na. I'm truly delighted to have met you here in London. Likewise, Mr. Natsume. It has been a privilege meeting you too. It's a shame that we're going to have to say goodbye so soon. Well, I've come to realize that I belong in Japan. But locum, we'll meet again one day. We'll meet again. Don't know when, don't know where, but I know we'll meet again, my dear locum friend. Yes, I am sure. And hopefully by then, I'll be a successful lawyer. Hopefully by then, I'll be a successful author.
Well, my dear fellow, our carriage appears to have arrived. Where we go, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, Mr. Solms.
I've little doubt Mr. Natsume will be released in time for dinner this evening.
And so, with Soseki-san's innocence successfully established, we rode with Mr. Solms to what was to become our new home, 221B, Baker Street. '20th of February, 4:41 p.m. The attic room. So, if Susato and Soseki are staying behind, is Soseki going to be killed and then Susato will be the one convicted for it? Is that going to be the final case? So this... Oh, wait, no, she's here. Okay. Oof. Calm down, everyone. She's fine. She's perfectly fine.
It's to be our new office, yes.
Our office? I really like the sound of that. Oh, sorry.
Me too. It's simply wonderful, isn't it?
I hope you can see this, Kazuma. It's only a small step. But I would like to think we're getting a little closer to your dream now. So, my dear fellows, do you like the place? Oh! 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 That... The temperature of the room suddenly rose up by like a couple degrees there. Oh! 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 Oh, Mr. Solms. Ah, Mr. Solms. Yes, thank you so much.
A delightful room, Mr. Solms. I simply adore it.
Good. I'm pleased to hear it. Aris and I are delighted to welcome you. Oh, what was her voice? Very high pitch, right?
I hope everyone's hungry. It's nearly time for dinner. Well, as soon as Mr. Natsume arrives, we have a lot to celebrate. Iris, you must let me help you. Alright then, Susie. Come in charge of the salad.
With a gun? Salad gun? Have we seen him depressed yet? I don't think we have seen Solms depressed.
Splendid.
So, Mr. Naruto, how does it feel? To have your own office in the capital. Very exciting, actually. Can't help wondering what adventures await us. Those were precisely my sentiments when I first established my office at these premises. Until I discovered the dark truth about the city of London, that is. Sorry? London is a glorious place, full of wonder, opportunity, prosperity, and mirth. But the brightest of lights casts the darkest of shadows. Shadows? Shadow the Hedgehog? What do you mean? Well, I believe you're well aware of the murkiness that lies behind London's facade already. So once again, Mr. Naruto. Welcome to London. Of course, at the time, I had no idea of the significance of those words Mr. Solms so casually spoke. Better call Naruto! But it wasn't long before my turn came. To lift the facade and see the true depth of the murk that lay behind it. End. Achievement unlocked. Landed in London. That little jingle is so satisfying to hear every time. Episode 5. The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. We're going to leave it right here, actually. We are not going to continue. It's been like almost 3 hours already, so I think it's a perfect place to leave it. There we go. So, let's see. Let me real quickly put on some music for you. Where is the music? I forgot the music. Here it is. Alright, and we're going to see if we can rate someone today. Careful, Sark, you can show little dingers on Twitch. I will be careful, don't worry. The music is right here. Ah, okay. Well, it's been only 2 hours and 30 minutes. Huh. I mean, I would keep going, but I'm very tired and it's very hot in here, and my throat is very tired. So I'm just going to cut it short here for today. But a nice stream. Thank you for being here all the way, Blue Parrot. It's been fun having all of you here as well. Once again, thank you. Thank you everyone who was here, La Yaya, Libel, Bigger Woodland, Blue Parrot, Frankie for hopping with the raid. Again, go follow Frankie. My bot is broken, so just go follow him. And let's see if we can raid someone actually. Okay,
I finally got one. I can't believe it. Yeah, you're finally up to date. You're finally right there. Alright, I will be seeing you next week at around the same time, probably. And yeah, let's see. We're going to raid into Raichu because she and AOHL are playing again more Final Fantasy XIV. And we're going to go tell them hi because Raichu was also earlier here. So let's go there. Should be able to do the other shoutout. I don't know how that works. Okay, yeah. Shout out. Let's see how this works. I think that works. I don't know. It's just a mention. It. Oh well, the name takes you to the channel, right? Yeah, the name takes you to the channel. That's very nice. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, and we're going to go raid Rescue. Okay, let's see. Wait, how do you raid? Rescue. There we go. So, once again, I will be seeing you all next week. Bye.